Hello guys, I'm back with yet another video. And this one is based on narcissistic parents, because I did have a request for this one. I'm very familiar with this subject. Unbeknownst to me, I was being brought up around it. Fortunately, my mother is a very beautiful woman. She was always very supportive. My childhood was lit, guys. Like I had the best mother. And all of my friends and family members could tell you that. But I have witnessed people who are close to me deal with narcissistic abuse from their parents. And I'll read the definition here for you. A narcissistic parent is a parent affected by narcissism or narcissistic personality disorder. Typically, narcissistic parents are exclusively and possessively close to their children and may be especially envious of and or threatened by their children's growing independence. So, um, a narcissistic parent, it's probably very disheartening to be raised by someone who is a narcissist because you can't choose your parents and you are most likely subject to abuse. Um, Narcissistic parents think of their children as an extension of themselves. They don't think of their children as someone with separate emotions, goals, and feelings, and things like that. They really think of you as a puppet. And a lot of them, like on the show Dance Moms, or the mothers or fathers who force their children into activities that they didn't get to do growing up. And they want to live their lives through their child. And if the child isn't perfect or doesn't do everything how the narcissistic parent wishes them to do it, they will be subject to abuse, emotional, verbal, and physical abuse. Narcissistic parents who have more than one child, there's usually a golden child, like a favorite child, that they will compare you with and triangulate you with. See what I did there? They'll say things like, you should be more like Sarah. Sarah, she does everything right, and you're just stupid and you can't do anything right. That's the golden child of the narcissist. They get all the praise, and the parent will use them to triangulate you with so that they can manipulate you into complying with their wishes. You know, I have witnessed someone close to me got one word wrong on a spelling test and got the shit beat out of them by their own mother. Like it was crazy over one spelling word. It's really deep how these parents want to be, you know, they want their kids to be their puppets. And they do see them as an extension of them. I was speaking with my son's father a few months back, and he tells me, "Oh, Hunter is going to be perfect." And I'm like, dude, what the hell do you mean he's going to be perfect? That's my son, and he's a human being. No, he's not going to be perfect. But I will die before I let him be subject to your abuse. I'm just not going to have it. And that's why it's best for him to be away from us so that my son can grow up in a healthy, loving environment, because I do not want any of my children to be subject to that kind of abuse. Also, mostly narcissistic mothers or fathers, they will see their child growing into an independent adult, and anytime the child tries to move away from them and get their own sense of independence, the parent will try to sabotage that. They will try to manipulate or abuse them out of being independent from the parent. It's really, really crazy when you think about it. If you move out of their home because you're not going to be their slave and their puppet anymore, they will try to abuse you and cuss you out because you want to be a functional adult. You want to move on with your life and live your own life. If you decide to have kids, I've even heard someone tell me when their mother, their narcissistic mother, found out that they were pregnant. Oh, well, what am I supposed to do now? It's like, dude, what the hell does me having a kid have to do with you? It's always the whole world has to be surrounded around them. They also get very jealous of their daughters or sons because they start to age, and their daughter or their son, it like kind of reminds them of when they were in their prime, when they were young. And they will talk down to you. They will devalue you and say, If you wear a nice shirt and you have a nice frame, they'll say, or a shirt or a dress or anything like that, they'll say things like, you look like a slut. Who do you think you are? Why are you wearing that tight dress? Like, that doesn't look good on you. And they try to devalue you and manipulate you into not wearing that certain dress or outfit or whatever you may call it. Um, it's a lot of devaluing and abuse that goes on with narcissistic parents. It's pretty much the same as being in a romantic relationship with a narcissist. And like I said before, narcissists are like religions. They're all the same, So, if you were unfortunate enough to be raised by a narcissistic parent, I would suggest therapy and a strong support group because that has to be a terrible thing to go through. I'm thankful to say that I didn't have to suffer that from a parent. I just, I've witnessed people go through it, and it's very hard. That a lot of children of narcissists still have nightmares of the abuse, of them, their parents beating them up like there's someone out on the streets. And it's tough. Someone told me that their mother busted their lip one time, and then whenever they went out in public, she's like, "Do your lips like this so no one can see them." Just sick shit. Or like cracking their ribs, kicking your own child while they're down, and literally cracking their ribs. Like, it's things about this that I just cannot fathom as me being a mother myself. I could never abuse or cause harm to my children. Discipline is one thing, but abuse, that's a whole nother level. And mothers and fathers out there, they need help, but it's so hard because research says that narcissists can never change and they just get worse with age because people don't want to be bothered with them anymore. Usually their karma is just dying alone because they have lost a sense of popularity over the years because of their abuse. And people get tired of it, and no one wants to deal with that. Every adult narcissist that I know or that I grew up around, they are alone. And that's their karma. Yeah, they might discard you and, abuse their children and things like that, but now no one wants to be bothered with them. And so that's why we always become winners and come out on top of the situation because they usually die alone. And that's a sad way to live your life. Um, so that's my segment. I'm sorry, I still can't talk today. That's my segment on narcissistic parents. And if you have any other questions or if you want me to do a video on the signs that you might have a narcissistic mother or father, please let me know. I do have one more sign of a narcissistic parent, and that's the absent parent. They will post you all over their Facebook page, but they have not spent a dime or spent any time with you since you've been on this earth. Um, they like to get attention, you know, from having a child and having an attractive child or whatever because it makes them look good. But at the end of the day, they could care less about you. It's all about how the world views them, you know. And that's also a sign of a narcissistic parent. The absent parent who they'll post you all over the place and, oh, this is my baby girl, this is my baby girl, or my baby boy, and you're looking at them like, well, what the hell did you ever do for me? I don't even know you, and you got me all over your Facebook. Like, what is that? It's a show. It's all for trophy reasons. Like the trophy wives, they also have trophy children. So that's what they do. But like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for all of your support. I have to go now. It's been a joy of mine. And thank you guys so much. I'll be back with more videos soon enough. And you guys have a great and narcissistic free day. Bye-bye.